Well, good morning. Welcome to Children First. A few very brief announcements. One, if you would be so kind as to take the attendance pads, register your attendance, and pass that down so everybody can sign in. Even the kids, we love the kids signing in. And we take those pieces of paper and we wallpaper our offices with it so we can feel really good about what we do, especially when we have a full room like today. Thank you so much for being here. And there was just one more announcement that I want to give right now, and it's about the stewardship emphasis. We have 3 weeks to go, and our goal, we have $2.1 million raised so far, and that's good news. We are about 70% of the way to our goal, so I think that's really good news. Guys, what do y'all think? 70%? Yeah?
Wait. Oh, no, wait a minute. You shouldn't. What do you mean? You need another 30%? He's trying to say something.
That's a bunch of baloney.
What? Well, that's something to be happy about, right? I would think, right?
I don't know about that because, speaking of baloney, what if I made you a sandwich?
Okay.
And then I took a 30% bite out of it.
Oh.
And left you with only 70%. How would you feel about that? Huh?
Well, I wouldn't have a full sandwich.
I would like that because I would still eat it.
Oh, yeah, of course you would. And then, what about this? Just last week, I got a test back, and it was a 70%.
Well, that's
just think about how much happier if I would have.
That's still good. That's still good.
Yeah, that would have been a lot better. 30% more would have been.
Right out loud, people! Get on board!
Yeah.
You only need 30% more. Wait, how much money? I don't want to talk about how much money it is.
Yeah, that's a lot of math.
What I want to talk about is.
I'm confused already.
Get it together, people.
All right, so take it from Wendell and with a grain of salt from Lorraine.
Yes.
And if you have not taken an opportunity to send in a pledge or a gift to the stewardship campaign, if you would please do that so that not just the 7 out of 10 kids in the classroom can get glue sticks, but all 10 kids can have glue sticks.
Yay, I get a glue stick.
And other things like that.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you, Wendell. Thank you, Lorraine.
Yeah.
All right, with them over there now, it's time for some singing. You know, it's been a while since we've done this song, but it fits so well with the Bible story we're going to do in a little bit, I thought we'd bring it back. So watch my hands, and everybody up, and let's shake up a little bit, because that was a pretty slow standing just then. And wiggle. All right, this is based on Psalm 133. I'm going to sing, "How very good and pleasant it is when people live together in," and you are going to, thank you, youth choir. You're going to throw your hands, they love this song, way up in the air, and you're going to say, "Unity." So we're going to let's practice that. How very good and pleasant it is when people live together in unity. All right, and it's going to get louder than that, I hope. And then the next part of the song is, "We'll get more done," and clap, clap, clap. "When we live as one, we'll have more fun. When we live as one," etc. Right. All right, I think you're ready. We're going to do the slow version first. Sarah, hit it. Here we go. Get ready. How very good and pleasant it is when people live together in unity. How very good and pleasant it is when people live together in unity. How very good and pleasant it is when people live together in unity. When we all live as one, we'll get more done. When we live as one, we'll have more fun. When we live as one, we'll laugh and run underneath the sun. When we all live as one, how very good and pleasant it is when people live together in good. How very good and pleasant it is when people live together in unity. How very good and pleasant it is when people live together in unity. When we all live as one, we'll get more done. When we live as one, we'll have more fun. When we live as one, we'll laugh and run underneath the sun. When we all live as one last time. How very good and pleasant it is when people live together in unity. How very good and pleasant it is when people live together in unity. How very good and pleasant it is when people live together in unity. When we all live as one, we'll get more done. When we live as one, we'll have more fun. When we live as one, we'll laugh and run underneath the sun. When we all live as one. Bravo! Good job. Okay, stay standing. This next song may tip off kind of what our theme for today is. It's very simple. It's going to be in call and response form. I'm going to sing the call, and then you sing the response. It goes like this. Here's your part. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And it helps if you lean into it just a little bit, all right? So let's practice that. Do your part. Ready, and go. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Lindy, I think they've got it. So watch Lindy. She's going to help you with the response, and I'm going to do the call. Here we go. When you try to cut in line, what can you say to make things fine? I'm sorry. Good. I'm sorry. When you lose your brand new shoes, what is the best phrase you can choose? I'm sorry. Aww. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Good. We all mess up at times, no need to be too proud to say those two important words and say them right out loud. What? Oh. Sorry. When you're being impolite, what can you say to set things right? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Convincing. When you knock somebody down, two words can turn it all around. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. We all mess up at times, no need to be too proud to say those two important words and say them right out loud. Sorry. When your words make others blue, you know the best thing you can do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sing it one more time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sing it one more time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Give yourselves a pinky clap for that one. Good. And now, taking a deep breath. Now, our Bible memory verse for today and for the whole month is something I think you might find a little bit familiar. I used a little bit different language than what we normally say. I'm sorry. All right? And here's how it goes, but it fits the rhythm a little bit better. Here's how it goes. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Okay, that's got a little bit of sass to it. So let's warm up our lap drums. And it goes like this. Listen again. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Think you can do that? Let's try it. Ready and go. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Do it on your shoulders. Here we go. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Let's do it like crocodiles, like baby crocodiles. Ready and go. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Let's do it like sharks. Ready and go. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Let's do it like sharks with our mouths full. Ready and go. Now I want you to pay very careful attention. Put on your Lord's Prayer goggles. Later on in the service, we're going to do a prayer, and these words in a slightly different form might come up, and I just want you to be ready for that. This is something this Bible verse you already know. Cool? Give your brains a kiss. Now watch my hands. It's time for our processional hymn. Let's all stand and sing together. For our opening prayer, let's be seated. And everybody taking a deep breath. And here's what I want you to do. I want your hands free for this, okay? So hands free. I want you to take out a piece of paper in your hand right here. It can be whatever color you want it to be. We're using our imaginations. And I want you to take out one finger, and that's going to be a color. And it can be whatever color you want. And kids, it can be a marker since it's our imaginations. It can even be a Sharpie, all right? This time only. And here's what I want you to think about. I want you to think about something that you've done maybe in the past, maybe this morning, something that you really feel like in your heart of hearts that you should probably say, I'm sorry for, okay? I want you to think about that one thing, and you don't have to tell it out loud. This is only between you and God, okay? And when you've thought about that one thing, I want you to take your color and I want you to draw the letter I on there. We could do sorry, but I think the I'm part, taking ownership of it's really important. So draw the letter I. And I want you to take it and I want you to rub it right here in your heart. Take in a deep breath and say, I'm sorry. And repeat after me. Dear Lord, help me realize it's never too late to apologize. Amen. Now, how many of you think you know what the theme for the day is already? If you think you know what the theme is already, make moose antlers. If you think you know what the theme is, make an Abraham Lincoln beard. If you think you know what the theme is, make a Mr. T mohawk. You don't even know who Mr. T is anymore, do you? All right. I pity the fool who doesn't know who Mr. T is. All right. Cole, are you going to come up and show us our theme for the day? Let's get our guessers working, and let's see. Let's get a big drum roll. Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. Psh. Oh, no, don't apologize. You did it just right. Everything with, here, let's try it again. Here we go. Big drum roll. Psh. Oh, no. Oh, buddy, you don't need to be sorry for any. Oh, Cole, I'm sorry. Can we do it one more time? One more time. Here we go. Big drum roll. Psh. I'm sorry, Cole. That was perfect. That's our theme for today. And now we have a friend that's going to show us the sign language. Miss Riley's going to come up and show us the sign language sign for sorry. Yeah. So just show that sign, sorry. That's a good one to know. It's an easy one to know. And you know what I like about that sign? It kind of massages your heart, because when you say I'm sorry, you feel a little bit better too. I know it makes the other person feel better, but when we say I'm sorry, it kind of makes your own heart feel better too, and it comes from the heart. That's awesome. Thank you, Riley. And now Rusty has some friends that are going to tell us some stories about themselves.
All right, so if my helpers will come down here, Jackson and Katie and Carson, we're going to hear some great stories from our kiddos this morning about times when they've had to say I'm sorry and what happened. And Katie, I want to start with you. And first of all, you have some gorgeous red slippers on this morning. I loved those. And I know your parents, so I think you hear the words I'm sorry a lot around your house. Is that true? Katie, have you ever had to say you're sorry? What happened? Did it happen recently?
No.
No? You were telling me earlier about having to say you're sorry to a friend. Who was your friend? Ripken? What happened that you had to say you're sorry?
I took a toy away from her.
You took a toy away from your friend? Was she sad? Did she get upset?
A little bit.
What did you do?
I said sorry.
You said sorry, and then you did something else. What did you do after that?
Give her the toy back to her.
You gave her the toy back, and did you give her something else?
A hug.
Oh, you gave her a hug. That is awesome. And are y'all still really good friends? Katie, that is an awesome story of saying you're sorry. And I think we should all give hugs when we say we're sorry, don't you? That is awesome. All right, Carson, you ready? All right, you were telling me earlier that you had to say you were sorry at school too. What happened?
I was pushing a friend on a tire swing.
And were you getting a little aggressive?
Yes.
What happened?
I was pushing that person too hard, and I hit them on accident, and they thought I hit them on purpose.
Oh, and did you say, dude, chill out. We're just having fun.
Yeah.
You did? And then what did you say?
I'm sorry.
You said you're sorry? And then he got so mad he broke your arm?
No.
No, that's not what happened. Did he forgive you?
Yes.
He did? And y'all are still friends?
Yes.
So how'd you break your arm?
I fell off a scooter.
Did the scooter say I'm sorry? No. We need to get the scooter in here then, don't we? That's a great story, Carson. Thank you very much. All right, Jackson. Do you have a story of when you said you're sorry?
Yes.
What happened?
Well, I came home from school and it was Valentine's Day, so our mom got us some balloons and we were playing around with them, and I popped hers on accident and I gave her my balloon so she felt better.
Whose balloon did you pop?
My sister's.
Oh, you were playing with your sister's balloon, and that's the one that popped. I bet all of us that have brothers and sisters know what that like. Was she really upset?
Yeah, but I gave her my balloon so she felt better.
And did you say I'm sorry?
Yes.
So now y'all are okay now? All right, good. That's a great story. Now, Jackson, I noticed that you're a man who likes to wear stylish hats, as am I. Is there a reason why you're wearing that stylish hat today?
Yes, I was passing out good newspaper.
You were passing out good newspapers like this one here. Has everyone got your good newspaper? Now, why do you get to pass those out?
So people can know what we've been working on and what's been going on during this month for March and what the theme is.
So you're a member of the Good Newspaper staff, which is one of the curriculum courses that's offered in the Sunday school program, correct? What kind of cool stuff do you get to do on the newspaper?
You get to tell articles, and we do these things in church where you can do assignments, and then we put in some drawings into the newspaper and they can see what you've drawn.
That's awesome. So in this newspaper that everyone should have gotten, or can get afterwards if you haven't, you can find any of us wearing the stylish hats. All the stories and articles and photos and everything in there is written by great kids like Jackson here that are members of the Good Newspaper staff. So I hope you all get those. Thank you to all of you for telling us such great stories today. And I think we're about to have some special visitors. All right. Thank you, guys.
Okay, the dough is nice and flat. Now time to add add the sauce.
Green, what are you doing?
Hi, Blue. I'm making a pizza. Ooh, just like the kids here on Earth eat. Can you pass me that can of asparagus?
But Green, I don't
Or
think...
maybe the pickles. Yes, I think the pickles will go great on pizza.
Well, I don't think you should do that.
Why? Do you think the peanut butter should go on first?
Green.
Mustard?
Green, you can't cook.
Ouch.
What? What is it?
Blue. Oh, you hurt me.
Well, I didn't even touch you.
Oh, you hurt me with your words.
Oh. Oh, where does it hurt? Your antenna?
No,
Your left ear?
no, it doesn't hurt in my antenna, my left ear, or in any of my 4 stomachs.
Oh, Green. Don't be ridiculous. Cows have 4 stomachs. We have only 3.
Oh,
So, where does it hurt?
I think it hurts, in my feelings.
In your feelings. Where are those?
I don't know, but make it stop, Blue, make it stop!
Okay. Let's see. If my words hurt you, I'll just take them back. Activating word reversal now. There. All better?
No. Oh, I don't think you can take words back, Blue.
Oh, okay. Well, how about if I cheer you up with your favorite Earth song while moonwalking? I came to dance. I hit the floor 'cause it's my plans. So, did that help? Anything? Oh, well, what if I do your favorite impression? Jack Nicholson in A Few Good Men. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
My feelings still hurt.
Oh, Green, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings.
What did you say?
Well, I said I'm sorry I hurt your feelings.
Ooh.
What?
That actually makes me feel a little bit better.
Saying I'm sorry?
Ooh, there it is again. Ooh, I feel even better. Thank you, Blue. You figured out that when you hurt someone's feelings, saying I'm sorry makes them feel even better.
Well, I really am sorry. Your feelings really do matter to me, and you actually are an okay cook. But I don't think you should put pickles and peanut butter on pizza.
No?
Let's save those for dessert.
Dessert. Ooh.
Let's all stand as we affirm our faith together.
We are not alone.
We live in God's world.
We believe in God, who has created and is created, who has come in Jesus, the Word made flesh, to reconcile and make new, who works in us and others by the Spirit. We trust in God, who calls the church to celebrate God's presence, to love and serve others, to seek justice and resist evil, to proclaim Jesus crucified and risen, our judge and our hope, in life, in death, and life beyond death. God is with us. We
Okay, well, today we're going to explore a little bit about grudges. It's been a long time since we've talked about grudges, and I've had a chance to build up some fresh new ones and think about some old ones that still kind of haunt me a little bit. And grudges are when you have these feelings and you just don't want to let it go. You don't want to let go. If somebody just irks you for some reason. Like we have this neighbor that lives across the street, and she's got the car alarm that she sets but it honks every time. And at first it was okay. My alarm is on. Ooh, I'm a car. And at first I'm like, okay, Mark, just let it go. But then sometimes she comes in about 10, 11 o'clock at night, and it wakes me up, and I'm starting to get pretty upset. And I think I've got a grudge. And so that's grudge number one against my neighbor. So when I'm out getting the paper in the morning, if they're out there, I just kind of look at them. And so this is my grudge. But I can carry around one grudge. It's no problem. One grudge is no big deal. Well, okay. This one kind of goes back a little bit to, I was on a date in college. It didn't happen often. And we were going out to a fancy Italian place, which is any place that had more than spaghetti. And so I thought, all right, I'm going to show off for my date, and I'm going to order something other than, chicken parmesan. And so I said, yeah, I think I would like the gnocchi, please. And so I took my order, and the waiter said, oh, and by the way, it's gnocchi. And I'm like, dude, why'd you do that just now? Ooh, and it made me mad, and it made me feel really inferior and really dumb, and I didn't want to go to anything that didn't serve chicken fried steak or burgers for a long time after that. So I had a grudge against all Italian food. That's a pretty heavy one, all things considered, lots of starch. So I got the two grudges, all right. And this one just happened recently, and I don't know why I can't let go of this one, but okay, so we're on Hewlin, there's a lot of traffic, okay, and traffic's backed up and backed up and backed up, and there's a car wanting to pull on Hewlin. So what do? I wave the car into traffic. They go in. Do you think that person waved to me when they got in line? Do you think they said, hey, thank you so much, otherwise I'd been here 10 more minutes? No. So I got really upset. So you think I'm going to let anybody else in traffic ever again? Never. Never. Okay, these grudges are starting to get a little bit heavy. But that's okay. But the biggest grudge, sometimes when I'm at choir practice, I like to move around a little bit. I like to dance a little bit, and I was boogieing, and the youth choir laughed at my dance moves. Don't even. And so I've got a grudge against the youth choir. I don't even know if I'm going to, there's my number 4 grudge. I don't even know if I'm going to, we'll just have to see. Because I'm feeling these grudges, and I'm having a hard time letting go. And you know what? I can go and not eat Italian food, and who's that hurting? Is that hurting the Italian food place? No, probably not. Who's it hurting when I have all these grudges? Who's carrying around all the baggage? Yes, me. And there's one simple way to get rid of all this baggage. Forgive. It's so much nicer to have a forgiving heart. It feels so much better to have a forgiving heart. And I know a lot of us in this room at times have said this phrase, say you're sorry and mean it. All right? Now, we can make people say I'm sorry, but we can't make them mean it. But you know what? If we live in a world where it's a forgiving world, if we have an atmosphere where we forgive when someone says I'm sorry instead of them saying I'm sorry and we kind of let them twist a little bit on it, or even better, what if we forgive somebody whether they apologize to us or not? What would that be like? What would it be like to live in a world like that? Do you think those I'm sorries might come a little bit more readily? You think they might mean it a little bit more? So here's what we're going to do so that we can not just focus on the I'm sorry part, but also the forgiveness part that sets the whole tone. We're going to do a grudge prayer, okay? So I want you to think about one of your grudges. Everybody came in here with something. And that's okay. You're supposed to bring your baggage in here. This is where we work on it. All right? Think about someone or something that you're holding a grudge on. And I want you to take your hand and I want you to rub it right here. Interesting how it's like the word I'm sorry in sign language, right? And I want you to rub until that grudge comes to the surface. Keep rubbing, keep rubbing, keep rubbing. And I want you to grab that grudge. I want you to pull it away from your heart. Hold it. And I want you to repeat these words after me. Say, God forgives, and so can I. I forgive. Open up your hand. There go the grudges. And now let's join together in a prayer taught to us by someone who shows that forgiveness is always there for us through a loving God. Our Father, well, our Bible story today is going to be presented in a very unique fashion. But before we bring up our special guest to help us with that, we have to teach you another response because you're part of the telling of the Bible story too. During the song, whenever you hear this phrase, "What have we got?" you have to say, "A hairy situation." And Miss Lindy's going to show that for you. So let's practice it one time. What have we got?
A hairy situation.
And do that a little bit louder with about 20% more sass. What have we got? Okay, now there's only one person on the planet that could pull off what we're about to do, at least on our staff. So let's give it up for the man himself, Dr. Smooth, Lamar Smith. Come on up. All right. You ready, man? All right, let's break it down.
Esau was the hairy one. Jacob was smooth one. He was slick. He could lie and he could trick. With the help of their own mother, he took things from his burly brother. He took with no hesitation. What have we got? Now, their dad was blind, but not a fool, so Jacob had to play it cool. When the time of blessing came, Jacob went to Esau's name. With goat skins on his arms and chest, he duped his dad, and he was blessed. An act of cunning calculation. What have we got? Esau found out he was hot, and at that moment had the thought to kill his brother any day. So Jacob had to run away. He stayed away for many years. Esau's wrath filled him with fear. Brothers in a strained relation. What have we got? One day Jacob ventured back, but nervous Esau would attack. He bowed down before that lug. Instead of fist, he found a hug. To ease Esau's forgiving grace was to see God's shining face. Such a cause for celebration. What have we got? Such a cause for a celebration. What have we got? Such a cause for celebration. What have we got? The word of the Lord.
Yeah! Awesome. Awesome. That's fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, you're good. You're good. There's only one Lamar Smith, and we got him. Will the ushers come forward now for our offering?
Come rest your head upon his breast. Listen to the rhythm of his unfailing heart of love, beating for his little ones, calling each of us to come. Be still. Let us pray. All of our treasures we joyfully give, the prayers that we whisper, the lives that we live, our time and our talent, our hands and our hearts. God gave all these to us, and now we'll do our part. Amen.
How many of you think you remember the memory verse? Forgive us our... Dun, 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 dun. Let's all say it together on our laps 2 times. Ready and go. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Very good. Give your brains a kiss. I think that one's going to stay in there for the month and probably even longer than that. All right. We're going to sing a closing song. We'd like to invite, if there's anybody that would like to join our church, we invite you to come down during our closing song. Also, we have our How to Join cards in the pews if you would like to look at those or fill those out. And rather than sing I'm Sorry, why don't we do 2 verses of how very good and pleasant it is when people live together in unity. So let's get ready, and if you would like to join our church today, come on down. Here we go. How very good and pleasant it is when people live together in unity. How very good and pleasant it is when people live together in unity. How very good and pleasant it is when people live together in unity. When we all live as one, we'll get more done. When we live as one, we'll have more fun. When we live as one, we'll laugh and run underneath the sun. When we all live as one. Super fast version. Very good and pleasant it is when people live together in unity. How very good and pleasant it is when people live together in unity. How very good and pleasant it is when people live together in unity. When we all live as one, we'll get more done. When we live as one, we'll have more fun. When we live as one, we'll laugh and run underneath the sun. When we all live as one.
Now, most of you, am I on here? Most of you know the Wilsons. They are participants in every phase of our church life. And they wanted the honor of being the first family to join in the Family First, Children First service. So, isn't that great? Rob and Dana and Adele and Chloe. But I want you to know there are other families here who ought to be joining First Methodist. And on the next Sunday and the next and the next, I hope there will be other families come and join United Methodist Church. This is a great church, as you know, and we're so delighted to have young families in a service like this, and we're especially happy today to have the Wilsons come and be officially. They've been sort of unofficially a part of us for some time, but officially now they are members of the First United Methodist Church. And Dr. Brewster always says, will you now remember the church with your prayers, your presence, your gifts, your service, and your witness? And we're delighted to welcome you into membership of this church. And after the benediction, I'm going to ask them to stay down here, and you come by and tell them that they're glad to have them. Chuck and Terry are going to be their first friends. All new member families are assigned first friends. They'll be contacting them, keeping them in touch with the church, and just keeping them knowledgeable of how delighted we are to have them. You all just stay right up here.
So we've sung songs about saying I'm sorry. We've heard stories about saying I'm sorry. We've read scripture in a very unique way about saying I'm sorry. So how are we going to live it? There's probably someone out there that we could say I'm sorry to that would make them feel better, and it would make us feel better. It would certainly make God feel better. And you know, I don't want to challenge you to do something unless I'm willing to do it too. This is not just empty words. So my little brother's here today, and I want to invite him up real quick. Jeffy, would you come up here for a quick second? I think this is my brother Jeff. He hasn't done anything yet. All right. Jeff, when you were little, when I was 12 and you were 6, I sold you a used whoopee cushion for $3 so that I could use those quarters to go down to the general store and play Tron. And the whoopee cushion had holes in it, and that was a horrible thing for me to do. And I just want to say to you before God and everybody, I'm sorry. All right.
I must say, that was one of the best days of my life.
That was real, by the way. That's not you can't make up stuff like that. All right. Time for a benediction. Hayden.
Our gathering will soon be ended.
Where will we go and what will we do?
We will go out to be God's people. May grace,
Peace,
hope,
love,
joy forever accompany you. Amen.